And we are back. So I talked with my friend about the story that happened with Nidhogg and everything. And he said Nidhogg is trying to kill all of the people in Ishgard. He's not playing some, like, forever torture game or anything like that. He is actively trying to kill everyone there. The thing stopping him is that Estinine basically has his eye, and so he's not powerful enough to do it on his own. So that's why they're kind of in this seemingly perpetual war, is that they're kind of almost at a stalemate in terms of power.
Thank you for coming.
Ruban smiles as we enter the room. We're at the Waking Sands now.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
Ruban was kind of stretching his right arm.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Alphanod smiles and nods.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
So let's see who we have in the room here. Because again, we're at the Waking Sands. We've got Alphanod, myself. We've got Oriange. We've got some lady. We've got a couple of Lalafels. I don't remember who they are, but yeah. Those are the people that I can see.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery.
Oh yeah, Pippin, he was the guy that saved me.
There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Oh yeah, she's still alive somewhere.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Meriel.
Yigiri's she's very smart. I forgot she was here.
We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar.
Yeah, for some reason my character looked quite shocked at that. Like, who would have ever guessed the person who last held the bottle of wine could have possibly poisoned the Sultana?
But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Yeah, sure.
Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Uldar!
Everyone nods. Even with one arm, Ruban still looks like a badass. If anything, he looks more like a badass with one arm. And let's be honest, having one arm's not going to stop him from chopping people down. He'll figure it out, don't worry. See what Elfenot says. If one had chosen to entrap the Sultana in a death-like sleep, rather than slay her, then one would surely also know of a means to rouse her from said state. There must be an antidote to this poison. See what Yigiri says. Our target is Marielle, the Sultana from her lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Yeah, we met once. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Marielle is still hiding there. Can do. Okay, let's talk to this random person. Kikipoo. What does Kikipoo look like? She is a Lalafell with, I think, grayish white hair. Pretty white hair. And it looks like it's in a ponytail, but the ponytail's on the top of her head. It's fairly long. And she looks like she's kind of wearing some sort of basic kind of dark cloth clothing. Kikipoo. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Marielle, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Is that so? Wonder why that would be. Going to a small town where people can't find you. Spotted Meadow. Who's this guy? It's a big dude. Big bald dude. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Huh. So I guess once they leave, they don't want to come back. Or shouldn't come back. Let's speak to Danielle. Danielle, a boy or girl? I think that's a boy. He's got dark skin with short white hair, just kind of some basic clothing, basically. Marielle? Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. Thank you, kind sir. You're a good lad. Let's search for Marielle. Marielle, where are you hiding? What they say, like in the house by the entrance? Music giddy. You giddy! Our target is Marielle, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting. A woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident. Oh, I already know about this. Never mind. What does Elfenot have to say? I have met the Sultana's handmaiden on numerous occasions, but I cannot for the life of me bring her features to mind. Good job. He said she's forgettable. What about this house? Aha! Knew it. Marielle. Found you.
You are Marielle, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
Yigiri crosses her arms. Elfenod to me looks kind of pissed. No.
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Miss short brown hair. I'm like, wait a minute. Come on. Don't let her walk out. Hi, Ruban.
General Alden.
Uh-oh. He's scary, man.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
I would give him the truth if I was you. Holy shit. So basically what he did, so Alpha and Yugiri show up, and she was like, don't know who that is, bye! And she starts to try and leave, and then Ruban shows up, hits his fist against the door real hard, and he just glares at her as she tries to leave, and then he just steps forward and keeps walking forward, and she just kept walking back as he progressed. And then she basically bumped into Elfenod and Yugiri, who were behind her, so now she is completely surrounded by people that don't like her.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lolo Rito? Uh-oh. This is a tense situation. Oh yeah, because Lolo Rito and that other... the Lalafell with the weird wizard-looking hat thing with the star on it. I kind of forgot what their deal was. Yeah, Ruban looks like he wants to fucking murder her.
Lolorito, you'd best talk fast.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega.
I'm actually kind of glad they're giving this little recap, because it's been a while since I played that part, and I forgot all about that.
When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn, a new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
Yeah, Ruban still looks quite pissed.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison.
Mariel looks down at the floor guiltily.
You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan.
So he's just straight up admitting to it.
I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
I don't know what you expected him to do. I fully expected him to murder any motherfucker that hurt the Sultana. He smiles, too.
You conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve.
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine.
Lolorito's so smug with himself.
Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Brave's initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire.
Apparently Alphinaud thought of something because it focused on him for a moment. I wonder, wasn't there something about questionable money being moved around that someone kind of disappeared because they were looking into it? I wonder if Lolorito has to do with that.
Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed.
You really want to get murdered.
Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
I don't know how he's still alive right now.
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial?
Oh yeah, her name is Dulala. That's her name.
Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
Ruban seems to have kind of settled down a little bit, I guess. I don't know how I feel about that, because, I mean, yeah, he killed Teledji Adeledji, but that's because he admitted to killing the Sultana for his own greed. Yeah, technically it's against the law to kill him because of that, but that does not mean that you can just call bygones be bygones with the guy who has been keeping the Sultana in a Sleeping Beauty slumber. Holds up some kind of jar.
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
Ruban steps forward, then kneels down, and takes the vial.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Lolorito nods. Ruban stands up.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Well, that was awkward. So basically, Ruban didn't really take too kindly to what Lolorito had said. And he just kind of looked at them. And then Lolorito and that other chick, what is her name? Like, Malala or whatever her name is. The two of them looked at each other, nodded, and then, walked off. And then Ruban looked back for a moment and just kind of stared in silence at the three of us, and then just kind of walked out. He saw for a moment, looked at Mariel, and was like, "You better be following me, bitch." And she just kind of hung her head as she followed Ruban, almost looking like a hostage. And the camera basically kind of panned away, or like zoomed out, as the two of us, me and Alphanod and Yugiri, were still in here. Kind of the camera zoomed in on us a little bit as it faded away. it looked very foreboding and not happy at all. Let's see what Yugiri says. You had killed the one you served. Ah, pray excuse my mutterings. I was reminded of a line from an old poem. Let's see what Alphanod says. By the 12. I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. You and me both, bro. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Now, I am a bit surprised that this didn't come with like 16 really annoying quests, but there's still time. Awakening in Ul'dah. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Bartholomew. Flame General Ruban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way, if you will. Looks like we're in her bedroom where she had been poisoned originally. Oh yeah, she's just right on her bed. Has no one fucking noticed the Sultan is right on her own bed? People that stupid. Ruban's like, my god. He kneels next to her bed. He takes out the vial. I swear, if that's actually poison, I'm gonna fucking lose it. He looks so distraught. She opens her eyes. And sits up.
I was having the longest dream.
You have no idea.
'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
Aww. She smiles warmly. We're waiting in the council chambers. Ruban enters.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber.
Yeah, he looks super happy right now. Everyone smiles and nods.
I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition.
Yeah, little Rito crosses his arms and kind of looks like he's sulking.
'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius, yes, well. 'Twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Pippin was not happy to hear about that.
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
So that I can profit off of it. I think everyone else kind of sees that too.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely.
Yeah, Elfenot does not look happy right now.
Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. that so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause.
I mean, it's not like I stopped any of this shit from happening either, so I don't know what you're looking to me for. This collapse is just as much, I would think, my fault as it is yours, essentially.
Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more.
I nod, stoically.
The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
He smiles. Elphanon, I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil. I mean, I'm an INTJ half the time, so go for it. I'm used to it. Sorry, INTF. Wait, no. Not INTJ, but INTF. Whatever. But the fact remains there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Why do I have a circle on my head? I have a circle on my head. Why is that? Why do I have a circle? Game, why do I have this weird circle? Circle's freaking me out, man. Alright, let's speak to Alphanon. A brave resolution. Alphanon. Still no wonder from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. He looks thoughtful. Yugiri shows up. I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. Alphanon. Aye, and Ul'dah too shall flourish once more. General Ruban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Yugiri nods. Alphanon. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Yugiri shrugs. Ah, yes, of course. You would be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of the Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniform to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphanon. Alphanon. To me? I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank those stalwarts for their service. It shall be my first act as Crystal Braves commander. Will you join me, Suikyun? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Yeah, sure. They walk off. Now I have to go to the Rising Stones. So let's go there. There's a whole bunch of people who look quite surprised that we're here. Including that one guy with the eye patch. Aliane. Commander? You're alive! Real. Oh yeah, that's the dude's name, Real. The guy with the eye patch. And Suikyun, too. I knew you'd scrape through. Damn right I did. Alphanon. My splendid crystal braves. I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Real. Bah! Ye'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messive than expected, aye. But we was still fighting for freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? They cheer. Aye! Aw. Alphanon. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret that I must... Real. That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we're all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. Alphanod looks surprised. But the Crystal Braves. Aliane. The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Rio. Commander. Alphanod. Our minds are made up, so you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Menphelia and the others. Real's pretty cool. Everyone seems to be in agreement to that. Alphanon. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. He clenches his fists. Oh, it looks like he's gonna cry. Oh, Alphanod. I want to give you a hug. Oh, I smile. Why aren't you giving him a hug? You're supposed to give him a hug. Let's see, who is here? There's lots of people in here. Let's see what Yagiri says. I feel blessed to have witnessed such a display of camaraderie. It was pretty good. I did like it. Let's see. I was looking around all these random people here. Let's speak to Real. I don't know if you know, but during that God's damned feast, Flamin got ambushed by some 3rd unit curs over in Limsa. I'm told she danced free of their noose, though. Ain't heard nothing since, but my guess is she's lying low somewhere in the port. I mean, I think, escaped worse scraps, so she's probably alright. Aliane. We'll find the missing Scions, I promise you. Between us and the immortal flames, no stones in Eorzea will be left unturned. Good to hear. Alphanon. Pray excuse me, I had thought my tears spent. Aw. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the consistency of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Suikyun. But as Thaliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. He tries so hard. Poor Alphinaud. He does try. Ready to fly. Alphinaud. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Ariage in the Waking Sands, and Tataru in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Sid. Sugyun, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have, but this moment, completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fort Thames Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estenine was looking for you. Oh, great. More Estenine. There's Estenine. Let's speak to this random House for Temps manservant. Triple Triad challenge. Oh, weird. Huh. I'm sure he would kick my ass. Let's speak to this other House for Temps manservant. I think we spoke to this guy before. It's kind of like the elderly, elf-looking dude. Oh, you are still here. Mr. Stasterma? I was under the impression you had already embarked upon your journey. Do you require assistance? Let's see, what do you do here? Tell me about House for Temps. Tell me about Ishgard. Let's do what I do. What do you do here? I don't know if I did this already. Me? Why, I am but a humble steward sworn to House for Temps. I doubt you wish to hear the minutiae of my duties. Simply put, at the behest of my lord, the Count, I manage household affairs. I have served at his pleasure for more than 50 years, and by the Fury's grace, I shall serve for 50 more. Cool. Alright, let's talk to Estenine. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Old Dons, then? Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these Mana Cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not be an apt moment to unfold our plan to Sir Emeric. I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. You say so. Let's speak to this Temple Knight guard. Sir Emeric has been eager to speak with you. Pray, proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source.
Essenine holds up Nidhogg's eye in his hand.
Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
I mean, as long as you keep that giant eyeball in your pocket. I mean, that eyeball's as big as your head. It's massive.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Lucia doesn't seem very happy about that.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital.
Essenine crosses his arms.
Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
I'm not even sure what happened there. It looked like Elfinod stepped forward and then Estinine, I guess, pulled him back or something. I don't know what that was about.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Elfinod crosses his arms as he looks up at Estinine. Elfinod's probably about as tall as I am. So yeah, so like looking up at people, yeah, that's relatable for me.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers. and claim the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Thanks, Estenine. Appreciate it. I lower my head and close my eyes. Then nod. Why you gotta make my job harder, Estenine? I have pricked Master Alphanod's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphanod would make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. Into the Eyrie. I get a mana cutter key, for whatever that is, and an ether current. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take the possession of the mana cutter. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't feel like I'm going the right way. And I am not. Here we go. Who's Estenine? Sweetie says. The moment it is at hand, warrior of light. Let's talk to Wedge. I guarantee you won't find any loose rivets. We triple-checked. Biggs. These little beauties are our pride and joy. And now they're yours. So, be careful with them, eh? I mean, I make no promises. Sid. Suicune, old friend. The cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Biggs. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through the wind barrier like a cement drill through cottage cheese. Sid. And that, my friend, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. Estenine. You have our thanks. Come, warrior of light, the Dreadworm awaits. I nod. Screen went black. They may not be good. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is that place with Nidhogg we saw before, where it was like half exploded with a bunch of purple angry clouds surrounding it. The area now accessible. I think we're inside the angry purple cloud. There's lots of like purple crystals kind of weaving around as if they were roots. Maybe it's oh, there's a dragon. Uh-oh. They shot a fireball at us. We dodge it, but I wonder if the impact hurt us in some way. And suddenly whips out his eyeball. That stops the dragon in its tracks. That's weird. It kind of like looks like it's falling from the sky. Our little ship gets away. Wicked mortals, I shall melt your flesh and turn your bones to ash. That dragon is pissed. There looks like convenient platforms to land our ships on. Inside the roots of black and purple crystal, yeah, like black and purple crystal root looking things. There just happens to be some, you know, platforms on here to land the ship. Oh, what is this? You have entered a duty with unrestricted. What are these cards? I don't know what that was. My friend goes, "Oh dang, I gotta make a tank card." I have no idea what that means. Yeah, basically we're kind of in what looks like a, I guess a busted down castle, maybe. Like the castle had basically collapsed, and now it's just trees and vines that were growing from it. It's kind of like that, except made of crystals. Shooting at us. My friend said he'll explain what the card thing was after we beat the first boss, because apparently lightning is chasing us. There's no way to stop it without fighting the first boss. Seem to be going up. Probably heading to towards the top of the tower, because that's where bosses always are. Hey, it's Shenron from Dragon Ball Z. If you don't know, Shenron is basically like a giant snake-like dragon. But this one's not green. It looks blue? Kind of bluish green. His name is Rangda. That's a lot easier to pronounce than Relpsic. So apparently that was the first boss. We kicked his ass real good. Those cards are called Adventurer Plates. Cool. Guess this is it? Alright, those are called Adventurer Plates. They are little profile pictures that let you see who is in what role and get a feel for the player. We both currently got the default stare. Okay. Don't know why that matters, but, you know. Use this portrait thing. I guess there's a way to edit that. I mean, I'm okay with staring blankly into the camera. They are different per class, if I remember correctly. And stop moving. Ah, stop it. They are added per class, if I remember correctly, and were added in Endwalker and are getting used for more, hey, this is your team content. Okay. I'm just like, yay? Don't see why it really matters, but okay. You can also get more customization for them based on your titles and progress and stuff. So it's just a neat feature. Oh, okay. Don't know where my friend disappeared to. I lost track of him. A terrible dragon appears before you. Not me, I'm way far behind. I don't know where my friend went. This is like a web of... It's like a bridge made of spider webs or something. Oh, my friend just killed a red dragon. Yeah, it's very, I don't know, spiderwebby or something in here. Yeah, now we just killed a airy yellow dragon. We're just killing all kinds of dragons going on. Again, more of these like spiderweb looking bridges. Almost like it was made out of spiderwebs and dust. At first I thought it was dust. Nidhogg broodling. Airy dragon. So broodling. I wonder if that means it's one of his kids that maybe he had at some point. Because I'm pretty sure Nidhogg hasn't had any kids since we took his eyeball out. At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's gotten, I don't know, very gray. Who is this? Gaius Cutus. Gyascutus. Gaius Cutus. I'm gonna go with that. It's another dragon. As you could probably guess. Dragons have weird pointy heads. Now we're going up a very long flight of stairs. My friend knocked over a giant stone pillar, so we can continue upwards. He just did kind of like a Vegeta boot kick and just knocked it over. Oh no, pillars are falling before us. Trying to block our path. We won't have it. We will go around. Knocked over another pillar that again goes up to continue on. Looks like one of the straight up stone towers just fell over, like the whole tower fell over. It's probably not good for structural integrity. Still going up. But this doesn't feel very good though. I see something that's red. I don't know if it's not a red crystal? But there's like a dragon flying in there with some purple energy. I don't know if the dragon was in suspended animation or what. Airy, Vovry. I don't know what that is. Oh, the inside they used to be red for some reason. Don't know why. Going up a bunch more stairs. And there's still lots of purple crystal everywhere. How's that dragon that tried to kill us before? This Nidhogg? Yeah, this is Nidhogg. Holy shit. So Nidhogg's a big-ass dragon with lots of horns on his head. Massive wings. Impudent mortal, thou wouldst mine own eye against me? Yeah, humans are kind of dicks like that. Tremble at my fury. Sorry, but tremble at me being completely overpowered. Yeah, this is straight up Nidhogg. Damn, something. Oh, that's when I just plunged his staff into Nidhogg's freaking forehead. Pissed him off. Oh, I thought Nidhogg was dead. Now he just flew off. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. And I just kind of stare up at Nidhogg as he flies off. On your guard. Loot. It's a lot of stuff. What's this? Lesser panda. Lesser only in size to normal pandas, and in life expectancy, and intelligence, and fluffiness. Well, perhaps not fluffiness. I think it's a brown raccoon. Roar of the Worm Orchestrian roll. I was gonna hit greed on all that shit. I don't know if my friend did. So if he wanted any of those things, I just hit greed on everything. Oh, Nidhogg's back. He's super pissed. That's when it holds up the eyeball and it flares red. Nidhogg is basically falling out of the sky from being stunned by his own eyeball. Which is kind of weird. Nidhogg. He is pissed. Asinine smiles. Thou wouldst use mine own eye against me? Time hath done not to dilute thy kind's depravity. I have not forgotten thee, dragoon. Mine essence claimed thee once, and shall do so again. Was he a dragon once?
No worm! This ends here!
S9 points his lance at Nidhogg. And takes a battle stance. Nidhogg tries to eat him, but he jumps out of the way, then slams his lance through Nidhogg's face. Straight through the forehead, right between the eyes. Nidhogg flies into the air, with S9 holding on for dear life. Stabbing at Nidhogg in mid-flight. Looks like red electricity is coming out of the wound. He just jams it in even further. All the way. It's almost like we're in Shadow of the Colossus right now. Nidhogg falls from the sky with a giant puff of black smoke. S9 is now red, and the eyeball is yellow. I don't know what the fuck that...
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Wow, what the hell's going on? Bright yellow lights coming out of my chest. I'm back in the void. And now a third crystal is lighting up. Which one is this? It's a purple one. So I've got 3 crystals. So killing Nidhogg for some reason opened up a crystal for me. Game, you're sending me conflicting information here. Looks like a flashback, maybe? It's all kind of like chrome looking. You see what looks like soldiers walking around. There's bodies with blankets covering them. People walking around showing their respects. Looks like soldiers. Someone carrying 2 eyeballs. Someone in armor carrying 2 eyeballs.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Let's see. Silvetro de Desmail.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world.
The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. So what'd they do to his dad? So Heldrath is holding up the 2 Nidhogg eyeballs, is kind of gazing into the sky.
But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
Whenever I hear the name Ratatosk, I think of Tales in Symphonia 2.
But Lord Haldrath, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
History remembers names, not blood.
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, it is plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown.
He smiles and turns away. He picks up a helmet that was laying on some rubble and puts it on.
Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
He looks a lot like Estenine.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
That is just a nameless brawny knight.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
Have I seen this guy before? I feel like, did I see him in the tavern? I'm gonna have to look. Because he's got, like, kind of long-ish black hair tied up in a weird ponytail. And he's got some pointy chaps going on. Some of them just kind of walk off.
We four, then.
Flavian de Fortemps.
Forton, Hylanat, Dirander, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
So from day one, they decided that they were gonna lie. They all nodded in agreement. History's written by the victors. Guess I'm getting some of my echo back.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded?
S9 walks over to me and looks concerned. I think. He's got that helmet over his face. Holding out what is now a yellow eyeball, which used to be purple, but now it's yellow.
You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg.
Yeah, see what happened was, I saw that in a dream.
The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat.
No, he's holding up a second eyeball now that he pulled from his pocket. The second eye is purple, so the other one is yellow, and this one's purple for some reason.
Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Huldreth took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull?
Oh, did he take one of Nidhogg's eyes? So, wait, is the yellow one the one he took from Nidhogg? I don't want that eyeball, don't give it to me. I don't want the yellow eyeball. Ew, that's disgusting.
Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried.
So we're flying away from the scary purple smoke explosion.
'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side.
Yeah, S9's usually black armor is now completely red.
I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
S9 crosses his arms. I nod. Stoically. Though Nidhogg has fallen, my heart is yet heavy. And this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. The song begins. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Relvzigr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. Ysayle. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Relvzigr to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Ysayle's pissed. S9. Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learned the truth of its beginning, the whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, warrior of light. I still say he kind of looks like the dragon, like a non-fuzzy version of the dragon from the Neverending Story. Impenitent mortals, ever seeking to bury old wrongs under new. I did sense the moment of Nidhogg's demise.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Twould seem thou has uncovered my secret. I, unto the blinded Nidhogg, did I yield 1/2 of my strength. Oh yeah, he's missing an eyeball. I'm not sure if I noticed that before. I whip out the yellow eye from my pocket. It glows white, then floats into the air. And goes back into his face. Plot convenience time. I mean, flashback time. So Nidhogg is falling through the ceiling of a tower. He crashes on the ground in front of Relfziger. Relfziger. Nidhogg, what hath befallen thee? Nidhogg, we are undone by covetous mortals. They did take Radataskar's eyes and glut their appetites upon her essence. That's gross. Relfziger, she is slain then? What madness hath unmade our peaceful accord? Nidhogg, did I not warn thee, brood brother? They have ever been untrustworthy creatures, these short-lived Elysian. He steps forward and shows his blindness. Relfziger looks surprised. Nidhogg, but thou wert enchanted by thy mortal maid. Thy folly hath cost Radatasker her life, and me mine eyes. Relfziger, oh, my beloved Shiva, how swiftly are thy kin made bestial by their appetites. Nidhogg, Relfziger, 'twas my blindness that did invite disaster into our lands. Surrender thee and I to me, and let that be thine penance. Relfziger, Nidhogg. Nidhogg, they bested me once, but I was reckless. I shall need but a single eye to inflict enduring torment upon these traitors and every child of their line. Yield to me thy strength, brood brother. Relfziger closes his eyes. And with the same kind of like white light. His eye just floats from his eye socket and into Nidhogg's. Nidhogg, my vengeance is begun! Nidhogg flies away. Shows Relziger with one less eyeball. But I still don't know how it actually all started. I could have sworn that the humans still started it, though. Relziger, thou hast borne witness to a scene from my past.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
I guess she feels betrayed or something. Relziger, when my brood brother did appear before me, bloody and blinded, his life was all but spent. He demanded half my vigor that he might exact his revenge upon the mortals who had wronged us.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
Relziger closes his eyes. The peace my beloved so dearly desired had been shattered by her own kin. Their treachery claimed my brood sister's life, and my brood brother's reason. Thinkest thou thy fits of indignation will move me to remorse? Ysayle looks hurt by that. She slowly backs away. Go, mortals. Take your unruly passions and leave this place. Your presence here spelleth naught but misery. Were it not for Shiva's soothing embrace, I would slay you where you stand. Woe betide you should the bond we share ever weaken. Relziger flies off. He's like, I fucking hate all of you. Ysayle, and thus did betrayal beget unending vengeance. Unrest in Ishgard. Estenine. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Relziger wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us. Yeah, it's kind of fair. You let someone else do it.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg. But I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But You have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard?
Wait, so Nidhogg was trying to kind of make the war last as long as possible. Yeah, so I had it right the first time, but then all of a sudden he changed tactics.
Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Yep.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
I nod, stoically.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
She nods. Kind of like a great hole chamber, it looks like. Like the round table straight up going on right now. Mr. Elf Pope.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence.
It is Zephyrin.
But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault. And the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance.
Archbishop Thordan the Seventh. So there was a King Thordan. He's got a long-ass fucking beard. I'm trying to decide if he's the original Thordan or not. I don't know how long-lived the Elysian are. And it seems like that was kind of a while ago.
Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
Pope raises up his staff. And the knights leave. Leaving the Pope alone.
The moment is at hand.
Oh, La Habrea stands behind the Pope.
Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment.
I think the Pope nodded, but I didn't really see it.
It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
I mean, how many times did you say that before and I kicked your ass? He smiles. Also, I wonder who La Habrea is possessing now. Oh, city's on fire. Alright. What's going on right now? People are running around. It's a night guy. He looks familiar. He looks at Ysayle. And then at Essenine, he just kind of shrugs. I was like, and I nod, like, yep, don't massacre her, she's fine. It's alright. Then I kind of smiles a little bit, like, alright, whatever, I'll accept help. Essenine was just like, just go with it.
There!
Hechephant.
Comrades! Sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
Ysayle stands in front of the army and holds out her arms.
My lady!
Heretic.
She is come! Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery.
Oh, you're laying some truth bombs. Essenine and myself are standing next to Ysayle.
You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend! Far from it! At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it. Peace?
They start to walk off, the heretics do. Ysayle walks with them.
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Wait, what? No! Stop!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern.
Essenine and Hechephant stand in front of the fucking retard who's, gonna start up the war again.
If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
Yeah, Hechephant. Lay down the law. There's always some idiot who wants to just murder people for reasons. See what Essenine has to say about that. Let us see how long this peace lasts. I mean, it basically lasts as long as you want it to. Hechephant. That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard with the oddest of company, my friend. Yeah, he was a bit confused on that one. Be like, well, like I said, just go with it. Hallowed Rami Doublet of Healing. What the fuck is this? It doesn't look too bad. It's kind of neat. It's not better than what I have, but Orthodox Mayhem. Achievement unlocked. Great. He who would not be denied. Hetrophant. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Helon that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess, I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Suicune? See, what happened was... some shit went down. Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mists together? Along with Estenine? And he didn't murder them? Yeah, he didn't. Never was there an unlikely alliance... Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sir Emeric must know of this. Estenine, let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emeric to Fortemps Manor. Hetrophant. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well, Suicune. Oh, very well. Suicune and I shall await you there. And they both part ways. It's been very eventful. I think this is where I have to go.
Praise Helone, you are safe.
Helone? Okay.
My safety was never in doubt, Father. For I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side.
I still think he's got a crush on me.
We bring the most wonderful tidings.
Well, I am pretty hot. And I'm got a very nice outfit on. See, what happened was...
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
I mean, that was never really in question. I mean, let's be honest.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Everyone kind of looks surprised at Emmerich, who is still pretty hot. He's very
Pray
dashing.
consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
True, yeah.
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the highborn needed men to lead, and the lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Merrick leaves.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
Lucia, you're not gonna follow him? Wow.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him. That which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it. Even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
S9 crosses his arms. The guy in charge of the house looks kind of pained. He's like, we're so fucked.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emmerich is the Archbishop's bastard son.
Really? Of course he is.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
It's worked for me so far.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood.
Huh.
That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
You sure about that? There's plenty of people who would murder their own kid if they got, interfered with.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
I smile and nod.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Ah, to be young and stupid. And full of hope. Those were the times. See what Elfenod says. Far be it for me to criticize a man for his blind idealism, but he might at least have pretended to consider another course. Nah. Essenine. Of all the people, he should know better. Yeah, probably. Count Edmond de Fortemps. If we must risk the fortunes of our house to bring this truth to light, then so be it. But are you truly prepared to do this? To face the Heaven's Ward in battle, if you must? I mean, I've faced worse. Hedgefant, have no fear, father. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. I promise you, we shall prevail. Lucia. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. Ah, none of these pants fit me. Dang it. Ill-weather friends. True friends, though. Elfenod. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. Lucia. You are correct, Master Elfenod. Not even the assembled might of House Fortemps and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. Elfenod. You speak of one of the other high houses? Lucia shakes her head. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. Elfenod. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emeric's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Lucia. Such is my hope, Master Elfenod, and I would have you and Suicune reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Elfenod nods. Elfenod. Very well, we shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. Lucia. My thanks. Essenine, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? Essenine. The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. Alphanod. How very wise. Suicune, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Alphanod. It would seem that the Forgotten Knight was spared the worst of the earlier chaos. Tataru. Suicune! Alphanod! Gods, I've been worried sick! It's so good to see you! Alphanod. And you, Tataru? How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Tataru. Gibrallant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? See, what happened was... You're not serious. What was Sir Emeric thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed... Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. Alphanod. A queer monkey if I ever had heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Let me see. Is that you? Do you have those same pointy chops? Doesn't look like it. I swear I've seen that dude before. Where have I seen him before? I shouldn't take such long breaks from this game, then I can remember stuff better. Residence of the Broom. Oh, okay. Broom... Starveling? Starveling? Oh, weird. Broom Starveling. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. She's gotta be cold as balls. She's not even wearing a jacket. And I understand when you live in cold climates, you get pretty used to it, but damn. Broom Elder. Eh? What's that? Speak up. I can't hear as well as I used to. Alright, never mind. I said put a jacket on. Broom Rat. A little kid. I don't know a god's damn thing about the mongrel. But if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Which tells me you probably know about the mongrel. What is this guy doing? Are you throwing snowballs at me, little fucker? Yeah, you are. Stop it. Tataru. At first the people here were a bit standoffish, but with a little effort and a lot of parley, I've managed to make plenty of friends. There you go. Live the dream. Alphanod. Not a single shred of information? Just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. I have pants. But not too bad, I guess. Let's get those pants. The Spice of Life. Alphanod. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. while I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gibralant knows aught of the value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. Girbalant, Forgotten Knight Proprietor. I think maybe he was I was thinking of. I don't know, I could swear I've seen that one guy before. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Suicune, that's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crazier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? How do you run an establishment without getting money? I guess you can sell them, but still. Let's talk to this orc dude. Hulking Hunter. So, you're Gilberlant's errand girl? Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always? Right. Any road? I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. He gives me the herbs and walks off. Alright, got your weed. Well, you gonna hand them over or not? Fresh herbs. This nameless flora has a pleasant enough scent to suggest it is most likely not poisonous. Okay. I'm glad it's most likely not poisonous. Kirpalon. Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories you'll share. Noble indiscretions. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hiritha? Yeah, is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another. I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? Oh, here she is. Yes? I am Huretha. Beg your pardon, but do I know you, miss? I mean, everyone should know me. I'm the fucking chosen one. Twice mulled wine. This wine is cooled after its first mulling and allowed to sit for a fortnight before mulling a second time with a fresh muslin bag of spices for delivery to one Huretha. Here's some wine for you. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. 'Twas not more than infatuation what she felt. But she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a hire made it so much... Well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. Wow, so she became pregnant, and he just made her homeless because of it. Good job, guys. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Oh, wow. The hire? So Hyur? Is that the priest guy? Oh, shit, I didn't see what he said the first thing. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live it, though. Damn, I didn't see what that first sentence said. A child apart. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldu, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. So he's not one of those drunken monks. Geralda. Harlone's blessing be upon you, miss. A gift? For me? Yeah, sure, here you go. Twice mulled wine. Apparently I got another one. This scent, how reminiscent of wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually, she won them over, but those first few years were trying. Even more so when she had to start fending for herself. Oh, so she gave birth to a girl, not a boy. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. Kiberlon. She was a remarkable woman, Suicune. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. Bloodlines. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Suicune, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it all to all and sundry. So the lady who gave birth to the kid, she called herself the mongrel. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Let's go back to this broom starveling lady. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Let's see. I'm looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. I'm looking for a mongrel with raven black eyes and ruby red hair. Or ... I guess ruby red eyes and raven black hair, because that's what the dad looked like, I guess. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. Did you think I'd just tell you 'cause you asked nicely? I mean, it would have been very helpful if you had. Oh, she walked off. So, was she the mongrel? I'm guessing so, or at least she knows who the mongrel is. Elphanod, have you made any progress, Suicune? Sort of? So our mongrel was born of an Elysian nobleman and a Hurrian maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. Fire and blood. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out in the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She... Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Suicune. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. So what you're saying is you have a bad feeling about this. You cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no sign of Tataru. Well, crap. Alphanod. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either? Yeah, none. Oh, Tataru runs up. Very, very quickly. She could run fast. Ah! I'm sorry, I'm sorry! Forget I said anything! Uh-oh. Oh no! Run! Alphanod. Wait! Down there! Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her! Quickly, Sukyun, after them! Save Tataru!
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
Beggarly fellow.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
She's flailing her arms and legs.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Tataru's scared.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Who's that?
Hilda!
Oh, well, here we go. So, she's basically, to me it looks like she's wearing all black leather. She's got a red scarf with a silver clasp around her neck, and long black hair and red eyes, and slightly pointy ears.
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
She crosses her arms.
And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Yeah, those two guys look shocked. Tataru. They didn't much care for my story about the weathered cane. Alphanod. For once, it would seem the fates are smiling upon us. Had those ruffians forced our hand, I dare not think what would have ensued. Though they'd be dead, for sure. Beggarly fellow. Whatever it is you've got to say, say it. You smell. Filthy fellow. I've got my eye on you. Talk to Hilda. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knight, say. Alphanod, I think it's best if you take the lead on this one, Suicune. Tataru, if you're nervous, I could try parlaying with them on your behalf. Perhaps they'd be interested in techniques for working Luan logs, or maybe the tale of the cursed Gladius? Oh, I know, the legendary skillet! Everyone loves that one! Yeah, that's great, Tataru. I'm gonna handle it, thanks. Single player. So I looked up what sentence I missed in that other conversation. He said, so the amorous noble beds his maidservant, then casts her out when the seed takes root. Not the most original of stories. Hilda smiles and takes out a bag of money. Bartender takes the money and gives her something in return. Don't know what it is, though. He says something to one of the patrons, who seems to walk off, and I guess one of his employees. And they leave. Hilda shrugs, and I nod. I don't know what any of that shit's about. I guess we're alone at the tavern now.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thornton and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
She crosses her arms and looks down thoughtfully.
What in the hell's?
She was about to give her answer when she got interrupted. Someone got thrown from the banister and is now dead.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
Uh-oh. Sheriber? So we've got a kind of a like mocha-skinned person. Kind of like a slightly dark skin, but I don't think she's black. She's got almost the same colored hair, that kind of like mocha colored. And looks like she's got white eyes, and she looks like she's wearing white lipstick. She's got somewhat short hair, but barely long enough to put in a ponytail. And a long scar across her right cheek. She smiles.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do.
This cherubbird lady, pretended she was thinking for a moment, and Hilda did not look happy about that.
Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
She quickly whips out a big pistol and points it at this lady that showed up. Apparently she doesn't mind firing it. Cherubbird formed a shield. Like a light shield.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, my lady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
I thought that was a girl, but it might be a boy. Didn't really get to look at him that well. It's a fight you want? Then come and get it. My, such fury. Patience, my queen. We've only just begun.
Right there!
Defend Sir Cherubim. Kill the rebels. Whatever that person's name is. But I should not stand it. It seems you are beyond reason. Yeah, pretty much. Ass kicked. Fuck. Alright. I like that everyone's How fitting, noble bastards, mongrel bitch. This mongrel bitch is gonna put a bullet between your eyes. I like this one. Stand on the fire.
Helone, guide my sword!
Oh no, I have some kind of marker on me. I don't know what it means, probably not. I thought I was supposed to be overpowered. You guys should be dead now. I don't know what level it's supposed to be, but it's not supposed to be level 77. Definitely know that. Terror burst. Whether it's he or she or whatever, they are douche. Alright, now to beat up Cherubert. There we go. That was harder than I was expecting it to be. Does Alphinaud have a red squirrel?
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
I guess it is a guy. I don't know.
Enough!
Lucia shows up and takes out her sword. He charges towards Cherubert. Jumps and swings her sword, but Cherubert leaps out of the way with a giant backflip. And he gives a bow. Hildy shoots at him, but he dives behind a house.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, Cherubert apparently can jump high enough to jump from ground level to the top of a house.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
It was pretty brutal. Yeah, it's got like a red squirrel.
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavens Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he?
Hilda gives a smile.
Aye. Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Hilda nods. And everyone else nods. Lucia. I never liked him, not since his days as an Inquisitor. He took far too much pleasure in his work. Oh, so he's a nut job. Great. Hetchafant. Time is of the essence, Suicune. We must move quickly before they discern our intent. Alphinaud. I had not yet reckoned with the Temple Knight's involvement. Not as enemies, at any rate. Tataru. First Sir Grenat and Sir Pulsarin. Crane, whatever. And now this Cherubert character. I mean, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are all the Knights of the Heavens Ward this bad? Maybe that's why everyone's so pissed off all the time. Hilda. Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They none of 'em are well-bred. Hells, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. So, story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Helionart. But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. A Knight's Calling. Hilda, we've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and high houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. Lucia, if not you, then who? Hilda, you Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Sir Americ's doing at first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heaven's Ward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door, through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. Hedgephant. But the Heaven's Ward scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they have been forced to improvise. Hilda. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? Lucia. We must divert their attention of the high houses away from the city, and to do that, we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. Hilda. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? Lucia shakes her head. Lucia. You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with new threat, a massing of heretics, for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Hilda. Huh. Spread false reports of an attack to get them out of harm's way, you mean? Alphanod. The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, then they will have no choice but to act. Lucia. Can it be done? Hilda. Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Alphanod. Then it is decided. To the vault. The Archbishop must be held to account. Lucia. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Lucia. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Americ and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estenine and I will make ready to breach the underground goal and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with Lord Hatchafant and Master Alphanod. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavens Ward realizes what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the gold. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emeric and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. Alphanod, 'twould seem we must again come to blows with the Heavens Ward. We emerged from the trial by combat relatively unscathed, but I pray we are a match for the whole of their order. I mean, it is a lot. And they seem to be pretty badass. Hatchafant, I would be lying if I said the idea of drawing my blade in the vault does not give me pause. But a knight lives to serve, and there is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. If I must brandish sword and shield in those hallowed halls to do so, then so be it. Temple Knight Squire. The others are in position, Mistress Suicune. I will send word once you and your party have entered. The vault now accessible. Corthus, the vault. We're in what looks like a big church. Very big church. Or a castle? Might be a castle. This will be a massive damn church. Though, given that it's these guys. Nah, that looks pretty church-like. Basically a church the size of a castle. Says I made my card fancy. I was like spiffy. My card is still staring blankly at the camera. Heathens! Nah, I went for all you guys. Oh yeah, I think he's that Sherabert guy, yeah. I don't know. Sir Adelphil? Oh, who's this motherfucker? Yeah, Sir Adelphil. So he's the boss. That'll be a big step. But how? Oh, he's small now. Just as Sir Cherubert said. Withdraw to the inner sanctum. Up the winding circular staircase. I mean, my goodness, this church. Face of the hero. Make remaining separate sections. I have a skill I'm not familiar with. I could have sworn I had a skill that did damage. Yeah.
I'll cut you to pieces!
Sir Grenade. Sir Grenade the Bold.
I will not yield to you!
Except you will. Oh, he got big too, just like the other guy. I have the power! Except you don't. You did not have us, sorry, but you didn't. Well, time is on our side. We will meet again. Face of the hero. Is that another statue or is that actually a guy? It's hard to tell. Might just be a giant orc. Oh yeah, I just thought about that. It might just be a giant orc. These guys are pretty big. Not yet. We're beating up a vault priest and he just summoned some gargoyles. Cathedral gargoyles. They're very shiny. As we expect, very ornate floors. Basically, white and black triangles with golden ornate in designs on the inside. Cherubert. He floats in the air and makes himself big. Okay, so the only thing I am concerned about is that if he lives long enough to chain us... Apparently there's a mechanic with this fight. If that happens, we run far away from each other. Pretend you got cooties. Got it. Otherwise, it's normal. Don't stand in bad, assuming he doesn't. Filthy rats! He doesn't get gibbed. Oh fuck! He teleported away.
And now the final cut! This shall be a mercy.
Get your fat elf not run up and join us. After the fight, of course. Oh yeah, that's how we were supposed to do it. Sherbert gasping on one knee.
Power! How can this be?
Because I'm the chosen one, obviously.
Fall back!
Zephyrin. Sherbert begrudgingly obeys. A ship flies overhead. My God. See the Archbishop walking over to meet the ship. America and Estenine are there, and Lucia. America looks like someone beat the shit out of him.
Father, please!
Oh, so he just straight up knows.
For a mercy, we were not too late.
I nod.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Hetrofant looks at me and I nod. And we both nod. And we rush him. Let's do it. Who's that person? Someone on a rooftop. They hold up their hand and a glowing lance appears in their hand and they're gonna throw it at me. Oh god!
Look out!
Hetrofant blocks that light spear with his shield. It's breaking the shield. Oh, it broke through the shield and pierced right through his gut. Blood gushes from his mouth. It was Zephyrin.
Go. Asisla awaits.
Oh, I guess the bishop's on the ship now.
Lord Orchefort!
Yeah, priest is leaving. He's like, I'm out. America's holding his left arm in pain. He's limping and shit. See the shield with the glowing hole in the middle of it. Looks like Elfenod's trying to heal him.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
I mean, he was skewered all the way through. That's friend's already dead. That's why. Elfenod shakes his head.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of...
Oh, so he's not dead. America looks pained as he holds Hatchfant in his arms. I look quite sad. But Hatchfant smiles as he raises up his hand towards me and I grab it. I shake my head sadly.
Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
I smile pained and nod. Hetchefant closes his eyes and goes limp. Everyone closes their eyes. Temple Knight. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Fortemps Manor. I knew that dude had a crush on me, but I didn't know that crush would result in him getting killed. House for Temps Guard. The others are... Please enter, Miss Astromon. I enter and everyone gets up.
Don't. Please.
I look very sad.
A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
Oh, Tetsu's crying.
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
Everyone's closing their eyes and bowing their head.
My son.
Edmond drops his cane as he falls to his knees in grief. Tataru. I'm sorry. I can't. Alphanod. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Hatchefant took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits, so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. The sins of antiquity. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Emeric, Suicune. I worry for his well-being. Temple Knight Guard. An audience with the Lord Commander? Yes, yes, of course. Got some peeps in here. So we're in Sir Emeric's office. We've got Estenine to our left, Elfnod to our right, and Lucia standing behind the desk behind Emeric. Estenine is still wearing red armor. Like, is that literally from Nidhogg's blood? Curse those bloody whore sons and piss on their swiving round table. Dang. Elfnod, Lucia. Sir Emeric.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
He bows his head. Plot convenience. What's going on now? See the Pope.
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it.
To stare each other
The
down.
architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits.
Oh yeah, the people somehow found out that all the power in a dragon somehow lies in their eyeballs. And so they basically started the Dragon War out of greed.
Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too-fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well.
The bishop stands up.
Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity.
The bishop faces away from Americ.
And bring about the change you so fervently desire.
He taps his staff against the ground.
If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
2 knights stand on either side of Americ.
Your Eminence.
Zephyrin. Zephyrin, Americ stepped forward, but Zephyrin put his sword in front of him. And Cherubert crosses his arms and smiles. Back in reality, I shake my head.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
I nod. See, what happened was.
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion.
Alphanod shakes his head. With a smile.
Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
Probably nothing good.
I've given some thought to that as well.
Americ nods.
During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La.
Americ crosses his arms.
Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Everyone nods. Americ. Mistress Astromop, Master Alphanod. I, Americ, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do by here entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Alphanod. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends? Americ nods. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. What will you say? I shall pursue him to the end of the world if I must. Life for death. I will have Sir Zephyrin's heart for what he did to Hatchafan. Yeah. Life for death. I will have Sir Zephyrin's heart for what he did to Hatchafan. Americ. Yes. Yes, of course. You two were close, I know. He had a crush on me. How dare he get murdered? Alphanod. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heaven's Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Suicune and I will stop them. Americ. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark this cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have greater need of each other in the days to come. Estenine. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Americ. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. Lucia. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Suicune, Master Alphanod, pray attend me outside. Alphanod. Very well. With me, Suicune, I believe we have much to discuss. I nod. You say you want a revolution. Achievement unlocked. Alphanod, where could they be headed? And what does Aziz La have to do with it? In search of the Soleil. Lucia. The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Laniette informed me that it has been sighted by her scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere near the Sea of Clouds. Oh, sorry, Alphanod. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Lucia. Or was, not long ago. The Archbishop has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu, and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Helionart has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastmen's wrath. Alphanod, I think we both know the perfect candidate. Suicune, let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Sky Seal Manufactory. Lucia, I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Sid. Ah, the dastardly duo. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? Quite a lot, really. Alphanod. You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. See, what happened was... Sid. He was a good man. Alphanod. Sid, have you heard of Azizla? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. Sid crosses his arms. Sid. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. Phenomenal cosmic power, just like Jafar. From what he told Suicune, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the Ultima weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. Alphanod. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Sid. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. Heh, it's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Yeah, pretty much. Into the blue. Alphanod. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tetaru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. Sid. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I am pleased to say we are ready to depart. Wedge and Biggs give a thumbs up. That is, as soon as a certain, Alphanod walks up. Alphanod, pray forgive my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Ariage and Real are pursuing promising leads. I nod with a smile. Sid, come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. Biggs and Wedge cheer. Wedge, the others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Suicune. Shall we get going? Board the Enterprise? Yes. A Balathia's spines. I'm back on the clouds.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted.
Not surprising, this place is huge.
In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
Alphanod. From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Suicune. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Familiar faces. Assuming the Soliel is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed. Alphanod. Gods, look at them. So many isles. So many places to hide. No, we must not lose hope. He is out there, Suicune, and we will find him. Maybe I need to do an emote? You search the skies for the Soliel, but see nothing resembling the missing airship. Stand lookout further to the north. Oh, single player. I look around. And so does Alphanod. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Question mark. Begs mercy of Netherlings. Does not fight. Does not wish to die. Alphanod. Was that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? We rush over to see what the hell's going on. Alphanod. Over there! Imperial troops? Looks like they're bullying a Vanu. Forgot how big Vanu were. Imperial Centurion. Ishgardians? Seize them! They'll know where the Archbishop is! Uh-oh. Alphanod. The enemy of my enemy. We've no choice. With me, Suicune, protect the Vanu. I mean, you would think, if they... Remember, Lord Van Hedris wants them alive. That's an order. Lord Van Hedris? Regular Van Hedris? Oh, Regula Van Hedris?
Kamiak, protect me!
What are you doing? You're a disgrace to the Vith. Subdue these savages. There's no end to them. No weapons to fight Netherlands. No desire to die. There's a whole slew of people over here. Shit. Elfenad. And so he lived to fight another day. Lanu Vanu. Netherlings save Lanu Vanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lanu Vanu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to cloud sea, but warmly welcomes them, shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Devourer of Worlds. Lord Vanu owes much and more to the Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcomes you. To the village we go, to north, come, come. Elfenad. So the Garleans were searching for the Archbishop, and I believed that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have had the right of it. I concluded that we should accept Lanu Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village.